hovering and filling the edges of the painting as they towered over the curled figure on the floor, the blood leaking from him, his leg at the wrong angle. Welcome back to Under the Mountain and ACOTAR podcast. My name's Lauren.
And I'm Frank.
And today we're going to be discussing Chapter 22 of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Frank is unfortunately wearing glasses today, which for the visual watchers...
Not ideal.
Not ideal, because the
I got
glare.
the glare. Contacts are hurting right now, so you'll have to forgive me.
Today will be the day we are announcing the amazing winner of this beautiful rainbow cereal. It's going to its new home. You better have some chicken ready, some robes ready, because you have to take care of this thing, right?
Yeah. It's a real bones as old as the world cereal for you to care for. Like this is a binding contract. So
right. So be ready, whoever it is. What did we think of Chapter 22?
You know, it had some heart.
It did.
It had some heart.
Yes.
It had some more elucidating moments into the psyche of Feyre.
Okay.
Some of which were good, some of which are on track, predictably terrible.
Yeah, I liked it overall. I definitely have some complaints. It's doing the thing that it's got to do. It's like 3 things are happening. I'm like, I kind of buy into it. Like, there's elements of it that I'm like, okay, yeah, I believe it. They're falling in love. They're connecting.
Yeah.
And then there's like, I don't think this is the most complex way to go about it, but it's very typical for like this genre.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll let it go, but I just feel a little bored by how we handle things.
Sure.
And then the third one is there is like a little bit of a disconnect between Feyre and Tamlin here.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
in general, I think with their romance, which you could read as like, I think maybe the first time you go through, you're kind of just like, it's maybe just not the best written romance in the world. But I do think it's maybe like an intentional.
Yeah.
They're not, like, it's so close,
I
but
know.
they're not like fully meshing.
Yeah.
So we left off the big Callan May event. Feyre had her run in with Tamlin in the hallway.
Yes.
Then she went to bed. She just went, had this whole interaction, and off she went back to her bedroom, where we find out that all night long she was tossing and turning, empty and aching.
That's how we start.
Empty and aching. And I think it's kind of funny because I think you could think that description kind of fits how hungry she was. Hunger, right?
Yeah.
But I think the real implication here is that after last night, she wishes she could have gotten filled up. She got activated down there. And she was empty and aching all night. So, like, I just want to point out, like, we are doing the sexy tropes.
Yes.
We are doing the sexy tropes with the scene. We are doing this awoken something in her. These are like Beast Man comes upon
the virginal white pretty girl.
His primal nature awakens something in her. I mean, Feyre is on that track.
Yeah.
And
it's literally spring.
Exactly.
Spring
and
is coming.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think you could either like play it straight, play it earnest, play it like, nope, I wanted to play with those symbols and use them the way they were intended, and I like that. Or you could go, I'm trying to like subvert things and make things complex. And I very much think Sarah tries to somehow do both, which I don't think you can do really well. And I think that she doesn't do a good job with the complexity piece.
No.
And I think she goes too long selling it straight for me, where I do feel offended by getting chastised later.
Agreed.
Because I'm just sort of like, okay, but I'm a person who is okay with that exploration. I am okay with being like, yeah, we're using the ye old symbols, ye old classic tropes, and we're doing that. And then when I say, yeah, I like those tropes sometimes, I will come along for the ride with you. I don't like you going like, can't believe you fell for that. It was actually secretly
the bait and switch.
The bait and switch. And it's like,
you'll get like 10 in a row of just like the totally like predictable, like, it's like, of course this is this. Of course this is it. Nothing ever changes. And then suddenly she'll like pull the rug out from under you once on that road. It's just like, yeah, you got me because I don't know, you haven't fed me a single interesting morsel this whole time.
Precisely.
And now suddenly it's like,
again,
you're an idiot. Haha. What a great story I've spun here. And it's like, I mean.
It would have to be way more complex from the get-go.
Yes.
And like, I'm not saying like as a whole, the whole thing has no complexity.
No.
But like these elements don't really.
No, they follow the prescribed track.
To me, it feels like, don't yell at me for following your lead. Don't yell at me because I was like, okay, I see you, Sarah. I see you. I see how the bite, which is like in this morally gray area, but it's fiction and it's a symbol, awoken something in her. And is going to make her want to put on the dress.
Yeah. So yeah, when we get into it, I have a lot of feelings that Feyre is like weirdly like flaunting some of this stuff. Reading it again, I'm like, I can't help but feel like that was intentional.
Yeah, right.
Like, but we'll get it as we get it, because I got a lot to say about this girl putting on that dress and the way that she did, while also acting put out by the thing that made her want to put it on. There's a lot of
So she gets up. It's morning. It's like afternoon actually. And she makes a note like this.
As usual, this girl never wakes up early.
She's always sleeping late.
Yeah.
The servants were still sleeping after their long night, so she has to make herself a bath.
Which.
I know. She doesn't like say anything.
No,
like she's not like.
I know. She doesn't harp on it that much.
You know what I mean?
But the fact that it's mentioned at all is like, it's almost like
Yes.
she's so imperious internally. I'll let them have their one day of rest, and it's like,
you could read that into it. You could also be read more neutrally. Like see.
If this was the first one, I wouldn't think
That
anything
is
of
true.
it. She's done it like
it's the rudeness of the bird-faced servant. Remarks and such, and how she treated. Honestly, biggest one is how she treated Alice. Yeah, right, exactly. Where's your ring?
Where's your ring, girl?
Would making yourself a bath even register as noteworthy from like where you came from? Like, isn't even just still having access to the bath, I think would still be like amazing.
You're 3 months in. You probably didn't even have running water.
That's what I'm saying.
For months at a
you probably
time.
never had warm water. Yeah, so I don't know. She can't stop thinking about Tamlin's lips on her. What?
What's that?
Oh. What do you...
No. What is that on your neck?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know. That looks pretty bad.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of complicated. I don't know if we really want to get into it, like, while we're filming.
I think we want to get into it right now. Yeah, what happened to you?
It's fine. Like, it's like, actually not a big deal.
Did you, like, fall and bump into something on your neck?
No, it doesn't look that bad. You're definitely overreacting.
It's pretty bad.
Okay, well, last time we filmed, it was hard because it was like Tamlin really wanted to come, and we filmed some of the episode, and then you have to understand though, like he actually did just come from Callan May.
Wait a minute, this was Tamlin's doing?
Well, Tamlin, yeah, because like we filmed, he had just come from Callan May, so like he was a little weird. I don't know if you saw him quick when he was coming in, but like he was a little weird. We filmed whatever, and then we like got up to go.
I thought that was like for the book. Like you're telling me like this is how he is after Callan May, like for real?
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, he bit me.
He bit you here in the hall?
You know what? Like screw that. Leave it. Like I don't want to hear it from you because I saw you coming out of Lucian's bedroom last night.
And the night before. What does that have to do with anything?
I just don't want
I heard the drum beats. It affects me too, all right?
And I saw you coming out of his room. And so I was like, fair is fair. Fair is fair on Callan May.
All right. On Callan May, we could look the other way. That's how it's going to be. And does Amarantha have a special day?
Amarantha, I don't think she has a special day.
Week, month, holiday. Can we take a holiday?
I don't think you want to go there.
Do you want to go there?
Well.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, anyway, she's thinking about how Tamlin bit her neck last night. And then she's like, I can't stop thinking about his lips on my neck, but she has an enormous bruise where he bit her. So she once again sits down at the Vanity.
Once again.
Which the Vanity comes up a couple of times. So any thoughts on why she sat there right now while thinking about Tamlin biting her?
Well, yeah. I mean, she's thinking about herself as she was sitting there because she was thinking about other viable women for Tamlin before. This is pre-bite. She sat there waiting for him to come back, kind of. And that's what inspired her in the first place to go get her snack.
And her sitting at the Vanity is relating to her making the choice to dress up.
Yes.
She's seeing herself as ornamental.
Which, after last night, sort of makes sense. She was the target of desire in a very real way, maybe for the first time. Because it does seem like with Isaac Hale, it was a little practical. But this feels like Daddy showed her attention. This is a very different emotion probably going through her right now.
It was like a confirmation that she needed. She sort of, I think she has this like, I don't want to do it if I'm going to look like a fool.
Huge motivator for Feyre.
Right.
She can't look foolish with this stuff.
So if Tamlin took it upon himself to be like, I am attracted to you, she feels less foolish doing it.
Yes.
But that's why it is funny when it's like always presented as this like, no, it's just practical things. I'll never wear a dress because it's like you need confirmation that you are desirable enough to, in your mind, warrant doing it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like she's not comfortable being like, oh, maybe this won't be desirable to people, but I want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like it only is appealing to her if it's going to have the intended effect on others.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
Like, I mean, I'm not even saying, like, I do think that plays into some other unsavory aspects of her character, but I also think that's like a normal way to feel.
Absolutely, especially at her age, especially with what she's gone through. Like, she's testing the waters, so to speak. After testing the cum waters at the Glen, now she's testing the amorous waters of being...
Of dresses.
Of dresses.
So she's looking for a scarf to cover it, and then she glares at herself in the mirror, and she's like, no, I won't wear a scarf. He'd acted like a brute and a savage, and if he'd come to his senses by this morning, then seeing what he'd done would be minimal punishment. How do you feel about that take?
I think it's smoke and mirrors. It's internal smoke and mirrors. I do think that
she's proud of it.
She's proud of it. And she's definitely proud of it. She woke up aching. So this whole thing made her horny.
Yeah.
She was feeling jealous. Yeah. Now she's feeling desired. Mm-hmm. And she wants to flaunt that thing. And she's simultaneously trying to like have her cake and eat it too by saying, and you did a bad thing. So you should feel bad, but also you have to look at me.
Yeah, it's an interesting...
It's a weird marrying of those two concepts. Instead of just being like, I really liked that. That was fun.
But that's so complicated when it's real and was scary for you.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? It's the blame piece that's so...
That's what I'm saying.
Off and odd. I mean, there's some amount of it, like, we criticize where we're like, you guys maybe could have done a better job explaining what the fuck was going on. But that's hard. That's even hard to say because at the point that the bad thing happened with Tamlin, she knew everything. She knew every damn thing.
Yeah.
Lucian had explained it to her. Like I could see wanting just a general like, I'm really sorry about that. Obviously, I didn't mean to do it.
So I wouldn't blame Tamlin on like a multitude of fronts right now.
Yeah.
One, they told you what's happening. Did you not believe him? No, I think you did.
Yeah.
And then judging by what the three fairies attempted to do to her and how Rhysand was being and then what Lucian said, you can surmise that no one's lying. It's a sex night, right? It's a big, sexy, horny orgy night.
Yeah.
And Tamlin's at the head of that because of magic that he can't control. And you went back to your room and you got a little horny about that idea and upset. She made the choice, knowing all those things, to go back out and risk her life in a way. Hoping, and honestly, this is maybe the best possible turnout for what she 100%. Had in mind.
I'm like, the same way it annoys me that she always puts herself in dangerous situations where then Tamlin has to come save her and then take on the responsibility and the guilt of like, I hurt and or killed in order to do that.
Yeah.
This feels like the same thing to me in a different way where it's like, you're putting yourself in a position where he might bite you or might harm you in a way that he had no intention of doing and desperately didn't want to do. And now you're putting it on him that he has to live with that guilt now. Yeah. Because you didn't just not get involved.
And then simultaneously in the morning, you are both saying, oh, I'm kind of going to flaunt this at him because he did a bad thing.
Like if somebody, they're driving their car, they're a race car driver, and they're like, I love to do this. In this case, I have to do this or everyone will die. I must
race.
And don't come near the car because I will fucking never forgive myself if I hurt you and this is a really dangerous place to be. And you like get in there, have him kill or hurt you, and then this person has to live with that forever now.
I know.
So I don't know why I just take that approach where I'm like, you're putting him in the position
especially
of guilt, and he tried to make it so that wouldn't happen.
Yeah. And there's like a lot of magic involved.
It's
I don't know why
the magic,
it's like
man.
not only just like magic, but it's like
right.
earth magic. Like
I know.
he is being possessed by the spirit of the great hunter or whatever to like make sure spring works. So it's like we're discounting how important that job is.
I know.
Simultaneously, we're mad at him for like doing what he literally is required to do, which you would get on everyone else's case about if anyone told you shouldn't hunt because of XYZ.
Right. Like, it's true. Why is there's absolutely no feeling on her end of like, whoa, you are actively keeping the crops going.
Everything that's grandiose in that way, like about magic or the Fae society, she shows no appreciation. Yeah, nothing for that. No awe.
She shoves her hair back so that it's like really prominent so everybody can see it. And she says, I was beyond cowering.
No one asked you to cower. I want to pull attention to that sentence, right? Because I wrote the quote, sniffing. I opened the collar of my tunic farther and tucked stray strands of my golden brown hair. Why are you sniffing? The first line is sniffing, comma. Like... You're alone in your room. No one's there. She's alone looking in the mirror like...
what she did.
But because she's acting like a victim.
I know. And
she's
it does feel like acting.
In front of the vanity.
Yeah, she's trying it on for size.
It's like, all right, but...
There's something weird in the tone, I think when I said in the beginning that like there's this weird thing with her and Tamlin not fully meshing. There's something odd about how she feels here and how she's like acting about this versus, and then she gets like really mad when we get to the end of the dining room scene. Like she's like pissed the fuck off.
Yeah.
And then we go right into this like heartwarming connect. Like then we're like, but this all didn't mean anything because I was secretly really happy and like love him. And it was like, wait,
it
what?
Seems like
it's very weird.
Feyre's rage, which seems to be like a theme, needs to simultaneously like happen and be tolerated for her to allow positive feelings to exist underneath this boiling current that she's putting out to the world.
That kind of makes sense.
For some reason, it almost is like Tamlin's a good match because he just doesn't take her that seriously.
Right,
because it doesn't mean much. But like you put her on a wrong day in front of the wrong people, especially immortal Fae, and this girl's getting her head cut off. Because it's like she doesn't even know how to like not behave this way.
Yeah, well, I thought this was crazy. She goes down into, she's like tucked her hair. She's got it displayed. And then she walks down the hall humming to myself and swinging my hands. Which is just like, what is this? What is this?
Are you really upset? It doesn't feel like it.
But obviously she's not, because we use it as the catalyst for her horniness, her desire to be beautiful, her desire to connect with him, give him a gift. Him doing this to her has opened up so many things for her. But this goes back to us being like, Feyre only let herself have chocolate and get her hair washed after killing the Naga. Feyre only accepts and feels positive things after a bad thing happens.
Yes.
And this was a bad thing. So yeah, she walks in and she goes into the dining room. Of course, that's where she goes. And who's in the dining room?
Tamlin and Lucian.
Of course. And they're all like tired looking. They're like sprawled in their chairs because they were up so late last night.
Yeah.
And she acts all perky and she's like, good afternoon, and like sits down. And then she specifies that she took a seat across from Lucian, not her usual seat across from Tamlin. Why'd she do that? Because she wants Lucian to see the bite?
I guess so.
Why do we need Lucian to observe it? Because she wants to shame him.
Yeah.
It's just such a weird... I find this to be such a weird dynamic and a weird emotion for her to be feeling right before their very tender and emotional love connection scene after, where I'm like, how are these two feelings connected for you? But it says she had an especially saccharine smile for the High Lord. Lucian tells her she looks refreshed and asks if she slept well, and she shrugs in relation to this because we're told that she didn't sleep well. So it's interesting. Lucian is calling out. There is something... I don't get the sense he was being sarcastic. I guess you could read it that way. I'm getting the sense for some reason she does look real fucking perked up right now.
Yeah.
But it's like, is it the horny? Is it the I get to chastise somebody and feel morally superior? Like
It probably both.
Yeah. Yeah, he asks if she slept well. She says, like a babe. And then Lucian looks at her neck and he says, what's that bruise? And then she immediately, like, she was waiting for this.
Yeah.
She immediately points to Tamlin and says, ask him. He did it.
Very childlike.
Yeah, it's weird. But again, then it always goes back to, like, why do you like her, Tamlin? Why?
That's on him. That's on him.
Why does Feyre have a bruise on her neck from you? He asked with no small amount of amusement. So, like, he seems unbothered by this entire...
The three of them have this weird triangle of fun here.
Yeah.
Like, bouncing back and forth. She's acting all, like, swinging her arms, humming. You know.
She's, like, into this game.
I know.
And that's why, like... Yeah, I guess there could be a character that would have been really, like, I don't know, upset by this in this, like, deep way. Like, but that character wouldn't have left the kitchen at that time of night to run into him, right?
No.
But there is a character that could be like, I got actually kind of freaked out. It is just like, I'm getting off on me being able to chastise you.
Yeah.
That's all I'm getting out of this. I'm not getting actual fear or actual...
When you consider her relationship with her sisters and everything, like, this is just how she kind of is. She likes doing this stuff.
So Tamlin just says, I bid her. And we ran into each other after the rite. She seems to have a death wish. I mean...
That's hot.
It's definitely hot.
He doesn't even pause while cutting his steak. He's just, I bid her.
They're both, but see, then in a way they are really connecting because like they both seem to kind of like this game.
They're doing this thing. They're both like they're on the same page. No one else is on it. That's what it feels like.
Because it's a weird page.
Yeah. Lucian's like, okay.
So yeah, she notices that his claws are almost poking out of his skin, but they don't come out. Yep. And it says, oh, he was mad, furious at my foolishness for leaving my room, but somehow managed to keep his anger on a tight leash.
Notice, I don't think he's mad.
Well, if his claws are almost popping out, why wouldn't he be mad? I'd be mad.
He's a little too... The way this is written doesn't feel like that.
The thing that doesn't make it feel like that is that, like, very soon, at the very end of this scene, he's, like, so quick to, like, crack up laughing.
That's what I'm saying.
Which doesn't really make you think he's so pissed. But, like, also, I mean, I don't know. Why do you think his claws are going to pop out?
His claws seem to be popping out for any fucking reason.
All right, well.
Those claws be popping out. I think they're
But why wouldn't he be? I'd be mad. If I were him, I'd be mad. If I was like, do not come out. I'm going to do something that I can't control because I'm literally not me. I am possessed by a demon. So don't come near me. I will never be able to live with myself if I hurt you while possessed as a demon. And you did it anyway. I'd be pissed off. I'd be like, what the fuck? I asked for one thing. It wasn't even that hard. Why do you not care about how I'm going to feel?
She doesn't care, and it seems like he actually doesn't really even care either. And
I don't think that's true.
He's kind of like...
I think he feels righteous enough because he's like, you knew.
I feel like that's important. Her remarking on how mad he is when she's kind of mad, and they're both mad at each other, and this seems to be something that they're just going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess
they like
so.
Just getting like, I'm morally right. No, I'm morally right.
Yeah,
and then
totally.
Someone bites someone's neck in the hallway again, and they just kind of like let out their steam that way.
Right. Like, in that context, he was kind of more...
I know.
The only thing that's not morally right is maybe that she's kidnapped in his house.
Judging from what I know so far, it is morally right, because the other option was execution, so I don't know.
It's giving trolley problem, you know what I mean? Like, that's how...
Put up a trolley.
It's giving...
So, wait, who's on what side here?
We'll talk about it at the end, but it's giving trolley problem, kind of.
All right, trolley problem.
And...
Who's driving the trolley?
Amarantha, I guess.
Fuck.
He says something about her being accountable. I don't know. But then she says, accountable? You cornered me in the hall like a wolf with a rabbit. And I'm like, what did we not understand about the essence of the hunter possessing this man? Yes, quite literally like that. Because the spirit of hunt was in his body. Yeah, that is what that would do, right? Is that crazy?
You've now described the metaphor version of what I literally told you would happen. A wolf with a rabbit, or Like the definition of hunting.
Hunting was
with
in,
you.
was in my body. What the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
He says, while I might not have been myself, Lucian and I both told you to stay in your room. She screams, Fairy Pig! What the fuck is this? And so this is what I have trouble with, because I do think the next scene's nice with the paintings. But, like, I'm like, this is weird.
This is very weird.
This is weird. She's yelling slurs at them right before they go and have this moment.
Pig.
Like, what is happening right now?
When she's like, oh, he's furious at me. And then he's laughing. She's furious.
She's mad.
Because she thought she should win. He should scrape and bow.
I think she,
and the fact that
she was
Tamlin
like,
stood on his own.
She was hoping Tamlin was going to scrape and bow. And some part of her wanted Lucian to get indignant and mad at him. That's like what she was like thinking might happen.
I think so. Which makes no sense based on his
I
characterization.
mean, Lucian says he wants you to die.
Yeah. And Lucian's like doing freaky shit on the regular, clearly. Like,
definitely.
Can we talk about how lame it is that after Calamai, like, both these guys are, like, posted up in the room with the curtains drawn, drinking Alka-Seltzer, like they're just a couple of frat boys? Like, this is so dumb.
Oh, like, what did you want?
Post-Calam, I don't know. They could be, like, just, like, we hibernated for one whole day. I don't know. Like, really anything. The way it's described is just like,
everything. Okay, honestly, it feels
man,
too...
Feyre, I drank 47 grogs last night. Oh, like...
Doesn't it feel like when we said Feyre, like, struggles, she couldn't, like, relate to Tamlin until it was something that she was like, oh, I have a thing that was exactly like that I can imagine for myself.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I literally have done that thing. I have a moment in time I can think of that's just like that. I kind of feel like the book does that for the reader a lot.
Oh.
Where
interesting.
It's kind of like, oh, I don't trust you as the reader, just like Feyre, to be able to empathize with a scenario that's not very similar to something you've seen in your life. So, Callan May, and then how they behave after Callan May, kind of has to reflect, like, yeah, you're friends who went to a rager and how it would be after. So you can connect Tamlin and Lucian with, like, bros you know and have seen.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
While I get what you're saying, that makes me furious because that is antithetical to fantasy.
I agree.
That is the purpose of fantasy books.
I think we're trying to blend
fantasy
into a reading style that prefers that.
Okay.
I think it's why we end up wearing leggings.
I accept that about this book now. My potential enjoyment ceiling just dropped a lot, though, if I think about it that way.
Yeah, that's how
it was crafted like that, though. You're right.
I think so, on purpose.
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. I think she, like, stretches it out when she can here and there.
Yeah. The shimmering at the corner of your eye thing. Like,
yeah, like, she'll push it a little bit here and there, but I think there's always an awareness. I can't tell if it's an awareness or a desire to be like, nope, I'll always give you something that's so similar to real life.
Yeah.
I like to relate to things like higher like I want to relate to like a concept, an ideal, an emotion. I want to relate to those things. I don't need the on the ground what is occurring to relate to something I've experienced. In fact, I kind of prefer
you don't want it to be like, oh, you know, the fairy celebration. It's just like Binghamton's big party. They're doing fairy wine cake stands.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we don't want that.
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, she screamed Fairy Pig. Lucian's cracking up.
Yep.
And then Tamlin's smiling at him, and Feyre runs out of the room. And then she runs to her painting room, and it took me a couple of hours to stop painting little portraits of Tamlin and Lucian with pigs' features. Two fairy pigs wallowing in their own filth, I would call it. So what? Okay, but actually think about that. So what are Tamlin and Lucian doing in that scene that is, in her mind, wallowing in their own filth? Okay, so she's... Okay,
I don't know.
She thinks Callan May is, like, dirty and nasty.
Yeah.
So they're wallowing in their own filth by being like, we're not apologizing for Callan May. Yes. Right? Both Tamlin and Lucian did hold a firm stance in being like...
This is how we are. This is what we're like.
This is what we do. We're fairies. We have to do this. It's our responsibility. We did it. We don't feel guilty about it. You're not going to make us feel bad about it. We warned you, the end. Like, I feel like it's them holding a boundary around Callan May.
Their race?
And their own comfort around it. And she's saying, actually, what you did last night was really, really disgusting. But she never says it. And then she also kind of does have like a chill attitude about it at the same time, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like she's never really in her head railing against the idea. She's not really ruminating too much on like, ew, what were they doing? Sex is bad. She's not thinking that.
She's artistically condemning it, but then internally smiling on it.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I was like, the only way I could take their own filth is that she thinks all of that was so disgusting and them not...
like, scraping and bowing. Maybe like how humans she know would.
Right.
That dichotomy is causing a problem for her, maybe.
Yeah.
And she's the one rolling around in the barn.
That's not true! Literally.
In the sty.
Rolling around in the barn.
Yeah.
So she associates...
I think the reason she's smiling is she's found her people in a way. Oh. I think she had to...
That's interesting.
I think she had to flush out the human... the Nesta instilled negativity about her free sexness.
Yeah, right.
Because she is... And
that's true.
Wait, what didn't Nesta say? She's like grunting like a pig or something in the barn.
She was grunting. You can search for it.
Nesta says you stink like a pig covered in its own filth when she comes back after hunting. Okay,
interesting. But you're saying she was the one rolling around in the barn with Isaac Hale, kind of being a little animal, and she's like, maybe it's making her feel better because she's like, oh, here they're doing that too. They're in the cave doing that.
Yeah. And look at all they have. Look at
they still do
their
that.
whole society, and they still do it. And
right.
I felt a call to do it.
Yeah.
They're doing it.
And
they're far better than anything I've ever seen.
They're far better than Nesta, my bitch sister.
There's something there. She's finding maybe a freedom in like...
Right, because
I did like that stuff, and I always was made to feel bad for it. She feels this call to natural things. Mm-hmm. The hunting is one aspect of it, but the fucking in a barn is certainly another aspect of it.
It's very primal to be fucking in the barn and hunting.
Tamlin and Lucian, who are simultaneously so high class, so powerful...
Right, are still fucking in a cave.
They're still fucking in a cave. And she's like... Well, I always kind of like that. She even says here, I wouldn't apologize for that.
Right, because, there had to be a transition, because she's pissed at them, then she goes and she's like, yeah, fuck them, they're nasty pigs. And then something must have clicked here, because right after painting them in the filth and thinking of them that way, she starts smiling, and she says, the Tamlin I knew had returned, and it made me happy. And you're like, okay, you kind of get it, because you're like, oh, he's not acting like he was last night, so that's good.
Sure.
He's laughing when the whole thing goes down. Yeah, I do think it is partially like what you said. She likes when she acts out and is bad and somebody doesn't get angry with her. Yeah. They just kind of like laugh it off. She's really finding a freedom in that. Yeah. Which is like understandable and bad at the same time. Because
but an understandable bad. It's like a...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get why you... Of course, it's so indulgent.
No, yeah, it's only bad if you don't eventually...
Either stop doing that or...
Use that, acceptance to curb the need.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I think that makes sense. But yeah, so anyway, so she paints them as pigs. I do think it is... Yeah, she made some neural link happen in her brain where she was like, pigs wallowing in mud, people fucking in caves, me fucking in the barn. They're just like me.
Nesta called me a pig, and they're pigs, and then wait, am I with my people?
It is, once again... They're just like me.
They're just like me. So now I can like them.
This one I kind of...
No, I fuck with this.
This one's a little bit more abstract in a way.
Yes, it is.
Where you're like, okay, you're putting together bigger ideas.
Definitely, yeah.
In a way that's like kind of cool.
Yeah. But it's, maybe opening up her to the idea of like this Fae society maybe isn't all that bad, you know? Like...
Right.
Oh, maybe these Fae got some things figured out.
I think it was the part where like you got meals...
Yeah,
and took baths.
And hot water and all the clothes you could ever
That was
want.
the part for me that would have been like, maybe I like this a little bit. We have...
For a moment, though, can you imagine complaining like, all right, I'm going to offer you something right now. You never need money again. Uh-huh. You never need to work. You're going to be in the sickest house.
Okay.
You're going to be dating the most powerful man in the land.
Yeah, I love it.
Unlimited food.
Great.
Unlimited time for art and resources.
Awesome.
Once a year, though, if you don't go out of your room, you won't get like sexually attacked, but you can do it if you want because it seems like it won't kill you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I don't know.
It's the part where you're like extremely weak. You can't leave the house. You're pretty isolated. I think that's always the one thing out of everything that might make you go like, oh, that's a big...
Yeah.
But it's not when I compare where she came. If she came from a fine house, an okay situation, a loving community, then absolutely. It's like, okay, is that trade? I don't know. But for her, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna take it when it's me dying with my bones sticking out as the alternative.
Yeah.
And nothing pleasant happening at all outside of these walls. Except for the mercenary being in the town square is the best part of the year.
Yeah.
That's all. But that's all I had.
Honestly, the best part, the last 10 years of her life, maybe. She painted those flowers. She saw a hot lady leg. But cool
from
stars.
The beginning, from the fucking beginning, she said, what? Oh, what's that? So yeah, when he bites her neck in the hall, a big scary icky scar.
Oh.
So we have this weird little quick snippet in the middle here where it's just like, we apologized at dinner. Tamlin gave her white roses, which I just want to point out, white is her motif. The white mare coming in, the white mare to Calanmay. She wasn't wearing a white hood. I wore a white hood. I don't know what she was wearing.
She started in the snow?
Yeah, she starts in the pure snow, and now he's giving her the white roses. And they're from his parents' garden.
Yep.
And she pretends she doesn't care about them.
I dismissed them as nothing.
That's crazy.
From his parents' garden, I dismissed them as nothing. Once again, denigrating the parents. Because she was rude to the roses when she was in there with him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once you find out that they kept slaves, maybe it's weird. Like, I mean, yeah.
You're right. You're right.
I mean...
You're right.
You're
right.
Introduced that too.
We're coming back around on my opinion there.
Okay.
I forgot about the slaves.
The slaves.
They were like 500 years ago, but
still. Maybe she might not like that so much. Yeah, so that's so weird. She dismisses. So this is what I mean when I say there's a weirdness to the way her and Tamlin interact.
Yeah.
I would say it's mostly on her side at this point, but like, yeah, there's always this like, I don't want to actually tell you what I'm feeling. I don't want to actually talk to you. I don't want to actually engage in an emotionally honest way. And I'm not saying it doesn't make sense for her to be emotionally and stunted in maturity at this point.
Yeah.
But it makes it weird again when you're like, why is Tamlin going along with this? Why is he like into this at all long term? And then it's complicated because you're like, sometimes I do be like in a toxic little dynamic. I don't know what it depends.
I don't know what it depends on because I agree. Like there's some certain like anime or manga like concepts of this character that's a little like hard to like win over.
Right.
And they're a little like, But there's something about those characters and this character that don't jive. I don't know what the difference is.
Right. I don't know either.
They're a little more flat. And I think maybe because we're in her head and we're getting so much of her perspective and we see how like not honest a lot of these outbursts are, that maybe it like sours you a little bit to the way she's acting.
See, she says, take these, I don't care about these flowers, but she has Alice take good care of them and she has them put in her painting room. And she goes to sleep with a smile still on her lips. For the first time in a long, long while, I slept peacefully. Okay, so... because they apologized to one another and he did this romantic gesture. That's kind of her dream and honestly valid, right?
Yeah.
Like to be like, yeah, we spoke about how that's the dream in real life, but in a different or boring way.
And the thing she was happy about with the pigs and shit painting was that her Tamlin had returned. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, it's this, can I get the spike of dark and then you come right back? And then she's like, "Oh, it works. Well, it does keep happening."
And
that's the dream. That's what you're saying.
So then the next night, they're going into dinner, and Feyre's getting ready with Alice, who says, "I don't know if I should be pleased or worried because she's putting Feyre in a golden underdress.
Whoa!
made out of intricate metallic lace.
Now, we should have dressed you up in this, but...
I know we should have. I did, I literally looked. I was like, because she has
this is not a thing.
I don't know. She has
as described.
Golden metallic underdress with this turquoise gossamer overdress, which I guess I kind of can picture what it would be, but I could not find anything even slightly resembling this.
My brain says this looks like shit.
I think it could look nice.
A metal gold dress.
I don't know why it's metal. I don't know.
With
I don't think it's like.
I don't know.
I don't think it's literally metal. Yeah, so Alice is like making a little joke, and Feyre's like, it's just a dress. And it's like, well, yeah, except I agree.
Yeah,
except for the part where you screamed like a little baby when they asked you to put on a dress.
Yeah.
Except for that, I think we're referring back to that reaction, which was kind of crazy. Yeah, we have to talk about the feminization of Feyre.
Yeah, the
it's
bimbofication.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's not the forced femme.
Yeah.
She chose it.
Yeah.
Right? But it is coming on the heels of her being overpowered.
Yes.
In the hall.
Mm-hmm.
Also, kind of her own volition. By a big beast man. So she got like a little taste of the submissive life.
Yeah.
And she was
look at what happened.
She was like, I am going all in on that.
She snapped her bow in half, threw it in the fire. She shredded her tunics. She immediately got a dress. She got her legs waxed, and here she is.
Yeah,
Actually,
totally.
Alice did it.
She got a Brazilian, and here she is. Yeah, Alice did it.
Alice did it.
She was like, Alice.
And then she's like, where did you learn this? How did you learn how to Brazilian, Alex? Alex.
I mean, yeah, so she was like, I'm getting so femmed up. This is crazy. You're never going to believe what I look like. And you get the sense, I guess she probably did stuff like this when she was in her manor at like age 10 or 11, but it's been a while. It's been 8 years or so.
We have this event happen with Tamlin post Galamai, post the blooming now of Feyre.
Yeah.
Where up until this point, and she had that ancient ice that had to shatter first and all this sort of stuff.
Right, with her tinkling laugh.
Being a romantic partner, because even with Isaac Hale, she wasn't romantic.
Yeah, no.
And she was very clear about that. Mm-hmm. This is just for needs.
Yeah.
This feels like her opening up for the first time in this way at all. And this is just, I guess, her trying it. So interesting to note that the tunics and all that were not for romance.
No,
they were for practicality.
Yeah.
But now that... See, like a person that was like very into wearing tunics, right? It was just like, this is me.
Yeah, no, but I think we...
Would just go to the date in the tunic.
Right, if she was like, I feel hot in my tunic.
Yes.
But it's like, you don't feel hot in your tunic.
You know you feel hotter and better this way, but you never allow yourself to express femininity.
Right, I guess you could question, like, is it just because she thinks
it's interesting.
will like her better in it? Because, like, Lucian does make the comment way back in the beginning when she does come out in the tunic that he's like, oh, shame, like, you would have looked much nicer in the dress. And it's like, Tamlin doesn't say anything like that. But, like, maybe you could assume if Lucian feels that way, maybe Tamlin does too. So I think it's an interesting question to be like, does Feyre like, is she like, I do secretly, that is more how I'm reading it. I do secretly really want to wear this.
That's the way to read it, I feel like. Yeah.
Right, but you could read it and be like, no, she could feel her hottest in the tunic, but she thinks.
That would be an interesting arc. If this is just the first attempt. And eventually she'll find that she's like, I think I feel hottest in that. Like, that could be interesting if it went that way. I don't think it's going to be that way.
That's not how it goes.
I don't think it's going to be that way. But you see how that could be.
Well, she tries to do a little bit of there's, like, the ways in which she doesn't like it and the ways in which we do like it. And, like, yeah, to an extent, that makes sense, right? Because everybody kind of has a, like, yeah, I like dressing up. Do I dress up? Most of the time, no.
And once you include leggings in this world, it's going to be like...
Well, I'm just wearing my leggings now.
We're wearing leggings and a hoodie most days, right?
Right. So you're like, something about Tamlin biting her neck, though, got her feeling like... I think to me, it just means, like, it sparked genuine attraction. She has been attracted to him, don't get me wrong.
No,
but there's this, like, wall, right? Where you're like, that's so hypothetical... Yes, I'm feeling a little aroused at the idea of you, but I can keep it real down and locked.
Absolutely.
It's not that hard to do. But something like that will make you, I think, she's not dickmatized because there hasn't been the dicking yet, but it's like kind of like
she was
that.
Tongue-matized a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Mom-matized. Yeah.
She got something that made her like horny enough that it was so physical and so real that she was like, I gotta make moves.
Yeah.
I gotta take some action now.
Well, she's very much so not a girl willing to embarrass herself for these things. So she needs buy-in. And this was buy-in.
you're in.
This
you're
is
like
confirmation. There is clearly an attraction on his side because of all the things he said and the actions he
and
took.
on my side, like I think is maybe surprised by how much her body reacted and was like, I want it.
Yes.
And then I guess you got to do things. Which could mean that she, again, is being like kind of calculated and being like, I have to attract him to me, so I'll do what he likes. Or she could be like, I have to like feel that way, and this is what I need to feel that way.
Yep.
Right.
And this is level 3 of the vanity journey, right?
Yeah, so Alice brings her to the vanity.
There you go.
To do her hair, and Feyre's like, I can't even look at myself. She doesn't have the courage to look at herself. I do find this element of, this is not unique to Feyre. It's not unique to Sarah. Just of all these heroines, I find it tiring, exhausting, because I know they are intended, and you see it in the fan art, which I think is accurate depictions of Feyre, that like she is supposed to be like
gorgeous,
very gorgeous, and I just think it's so annoying. Like if you want your female main character to be hot, which in a way makes sense for a lot of these plots, because you're like, well, why are they attracted to her, etc.
They gotta be hot.
Fine, but I kind of just want to engage with
the hotness
of this character and what that means, like for her.
Right,
but like you said, I guess some people are like, oh, well, I don't like her now.
Yes.
I'm like, I'll read about her.
Of course you will.
Alice is like, does this mean you'll be wearing gowns from now on? And she says, no, I mean, I'll be wearing my usual clothes during the day, but I thought it might be nice to try it out, at least for tonight. I don't know. All the characters love asking questions like this. She's like, Alice, who taught you how to do hair? Which is just like Tamlin being like, Feyre, who taught you how to swim? Why do they keep asking who's teaching you like basic things? Swimming, doing a hairdo?
I agree, and I feel like this whole thing could have been cut to get to the real meat and potatoes of it, which was, why have you always been at the spring court?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just supposed to be a natural
to lead you into the second question,
segue.
And it feels clumsy, and like I don't think she gives a fuck, honestly, which is weird.
About how she learned
Alice's
to do
family
hair.
and how she learned to do hair, and like it's like I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't really built up much of a relationship at this point.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, I think Feyre really gives a shit about Alice.
Certainly nothing real.
If you ask that question about something crazy,
yeah,
sure. If it was like, oh my god, you're juggling. I guess that's
Alice,
not even...
how did you learn to fight with katanas? Like,
yeah, sure. Ask that.
Like she kills 6 Naga coming in the window. It's like, how did you learn the Hamarage? Like, you know,
something else, but like
not that. Like, yeah,
doing hair. What do you mean? She's literally a lady's maid. It's like her whole job.
Who taught you to dust?
Yeah, like exactly.
You beat out the curtain so efficiently. Who trained
Tamlin,
you?
Same fucking thing. Who taught you to swim? Who cares? That was your...
Who cares?
Yeah, same feeling here. Her mother taught her. Okay. Have you always been at the spring court? She says she was originally from the summer court. She made a choice to come here, and her kin thought her mad. But my sister and her maid had been killed, and for her boys, I came here to do what I could. Okay. Whatever.
Tying back into that thing and not adding a single new element
no
to it.
Really new information other than
she
the summer
wasn't
court.
originally here.
So Alice is like, Feyre, take a look at yourself. And then she like...
Take a look, doll.
She glimpses in the mirror. Oh. That's it. I don't know. She just glimpses at herself. You presume it's nice. And I hurried from the room before I lost my nerve.
Palms are sweaty.
Like I read it and I was like, oh, he's gonna do that joke.
No, wait, what?
Palms are sweaty.
I mean, it literally does say her palms are sweaty.
I know.
And honestly, vomit on my sweater already. Tamlin spaghetti. She's been eating sauce.
Oh, wait, this goes deep. Because she's fit to bursting. Like, she's so full.
Frequently, yes. And soon here. Her palms are sweaty. She wants to run upstairs and put on her tunic. And of course, she's going into the dining room.
Of course, yeah.
And who's in the dining room?
Tamlin Lucian.
Okay, yeah, all right. Wow.
The boys.
I can't believe it's them again in the dining room. And
these dudes should be 8 million pounds. Like, they only eat... I guess they also fight, so maybe that's good enough. Mm-hmm. The calisthenics of battling at the border. They come home and slam breadsticks.
Whew, they need those carbs. And she's standing there in the entrance of the dining room looking demure. She's like, hey, hi. And then it's like Tamlin and Lucian like, oh.
Like the four clatters, like, king, 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 king. And then Lucian goes, peace.
Yeah, he's like, oh wow, I have something really important to do, and he runs out of the room.
Ultimate wingman. I took it to mean he disapparated because it said he disappeared.
I didn't take it to mean that. I don't
why
think
not?
so. I think he left.
Whatever.
And so she can feel the weight of Tamlin staring at her. And then they're sitting, I guess, at this big, long dining table. And she's like, oh, it feels like you're in another room. You're so far away. And then he does do a cool move, right?
This was cute of her, too.
Oh, that she wanted to be near him?
Well, just the way she handled it, and she was nervous. Although, part of me goes, you did choose where you sat.
He was already sitting.
That is your fault.
You could have, yeah,
It's
100% that.
It's like you're in another room. Why'd you sit over there?
You could have sat anywhere near me. And I don't know, like, it is cute, and it's not that serious. But, like, some part of my brain's, like, her being like, oh, wow, you're so far away. It's like you're in another room. Everything's like a euphemism and not saying what you want, which would be to say, I'd like to sit near you. Going to sit near him is saying, I want to sit near you. Yes. Saying, hey, can you come sit near me is saying, I want to sit near you. Instead, she just goes, fact. Here's a fact.
Where even are you?
A fact is, you are in fact far away. She can't say it.
I know. Question is, well, why do you want that?
Well, she's all fucking dressed up. We're here. We're doing it.
You did like 4 hours of fucking like butthole waxing with Alice. She went crazy waxing that ass for you, and now you can't even sit next to this guy.
He's like, oh, like he doesn't say anything. Actually, the whole middle of the table just vanishes, and he's like, bloop, he's right next to her.
Yep.
And he says, better? How'd you do that? Where'd the rest of the table go? And then we get some like
between.
Magic.
Think of it as a broom closet tucked between pockets of the world.
Yeah, okay. Sure, that's how that works. And she says, does it tax you? Because he's sweating on the strong column of his neck.
Yeah.
I love a thick-necked man. And she's like, well, you could have just walked down over here instead of that if it was hard. But it's also like you said, you're like, well, you could have walked too.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
And miss a chance to show off to a beautiful woman.
And then Feyre smiles down at her plate. Her golden plate. He says, oh, what were you doing?
Looking at my plate. Yeah. You do look beautiful. I mean it. Didn't you look in the mirror?
I hate that. I hate that line. Cut that line. Cut that line.
Editor goes, no.
First of all, makes no sense. Tamlin wasn't in the scene. Why would Tamlin evoke the mirror that we spent a bunch of time building up when he wasn't there? And why is he even saying it when she didn't express any, she didn't express that she wasn't feeling that way?
I don't know.
If she said, no, I'm not, then he could say it. It's still, I don't like it because it's like, it's trying to parallel something he shouldn't know anything about.
I agree.
But fine, but it's even weirder when it's like she didn't say anything.
She didn't.
Didn't you look in the mirror?
And then she did, right? She
did.
So it's like
I don't know.
I don't. And then she's like, I had looked pretty.
I actually had. It is literally just the chapter of.
Yep. Tucks
over
golden brown hair behind the ear.
Looked pretty, feminine. I wouldn't go as far as to call myself a beauty, but I hadn't cringed. And some light had crept into her eyes. My eyes. Not my mother's eyes or Nesta's eyes. Mine.
She's identifying apart from those two now. She has her own femininity and it has nothing to do with her mother and nothing to do with her sister, who is the prettier one.
I think it is, pointing out that like her distaste for it is because mentally she has it connected to
these
them.
Two women who she really hates.
Yeah. She says, thank you. Tamlin serves her and himself, which we found out was like a big deal for the Faerie to feed you. Remember that?
Yes, you're right.
Yes. And she eats until she's full to bursting.
Girl,
which I was like,
stop.
I kind of get it, though. That's the starvation trauma. She dares to really look at him. And yeah, the information you get is basically just more about his like countenance, where it's like he kind of looks like stressed out. And she's like, he hasn't been to any border disputes since Callan May. And then she thinks, and yet he grieved for the summer court Faerie. what other griefs and burdens does he carry? And she thinks about how he doesn't want to be High Lord. I don't know. He just looks kind of sad and stressed out.
So she decides I should give him a little gift.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so nice of her.
She gets up and she grabs his hand with his calluses scraping.
Big callous muscle hands, fucking huge giant hand, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, get up, I have something for you. He's like, for
me.
And he gets up. Okay, so this I thought was really, this little thing stuck out to me. They step into the room and Feyre clears her throat, a silent request for him to light the candles. That's really weird.
It's so weird.
Because this one, okay, I can kind of get behind like when it comes to like expressing attraction.
Yeah.
The fear of that.
Uh-huh.
But why the actual fuck can you not request he put on lights?
Which also, when you paint in here, right, she lights the candles herself, right? So it's like, you don't even need him to do it.
No, you
must have
don't.
matches or something.
I know.
And you didn't even ask.
You don't have
You just stood there and went...
I didn't like this. That really... I don't know why that rubbed me the wrong way.
I don't like the request and the way she did it, and I don't like her internal thought after it taxes him.
No, me neither. And I don't like that I hate this assumption that, like, he's even gonna know what the fuck she wants. What?
And of course he does, because that's part of the romance trope too.
I know,
he
but
just
like...
reads her mind. Oh, maybe someone who actually can read her mind would be a better substitute.
Well, I don't know. Walk into the room. Imagine we go into the kitchen. This is like, and it's not even hard. You don't have to use magic, which we just talked about how it hurts you to do.
Yeah.
We walk into the kitchen. I want you to push the button to turn the lights on, and I just go, and I'm like, he should know. He should know.
You know how like princessly behavior this is? Well, she's
that?
wearing her dress, and he needs to.
Of course.
No. He's got to open every door. He's got to turn on all the lights. He's got to pick her train up to go outside. She's acting weird. She's doing something weird.
So he does it. But she's like, oh, it took him like a really long time to light those candles. And she's like, I wonder if it's because like doing the magic on the table like drained him too much. And it's like, yeah,
he was sweating.
He was sweating, and he said like, yeah, it's kind of hard. The lights come on. She gestures to the painting she has displayed on the easel, and she hopes that he doesn't look at any other paintings propped up on the wall, which I have to say. No. What, you have something to say about it, or you're correcting me?
I have a lot to say about that.
Yeah.
No.
But I want to point out before we rant about this that he does look around the room. Of course he does. It's not weird. And what do you mean you have them all face forward, propped up around the room, and you're like, I hope he doesn't look at them. Yes, you do. If you didn't want him to look at them, you would have had those bitches face down, stacked up in a back little corner somewhere. Like
the painting of the ACOTAR, which is hidden, right?
Well, I don't know. He doesn't comment on that one.
He doesn't because it's hidden. She says she hides it because she's scared of it. She doesn't like looking at it. So she could hide these ones too.
Well, she's in a giant manner. As if you really didn't want him to see these paintings.
Put them in your bedroom under the bed.
That's what I'm saying. Put them in any room. Put them in any fucking room. But definitely you could put them in your bedroom. Where'd you put the ACOTAR?
Of course she wants him to see these. She made them tantalizingly off to the side in the dim corner.
I hate her doing this. Like, I hate this part of her in this way.
I kind of like it from a writing
standpoint.
I
do too. Me too.
I do hate, once again, Feyre for being the way she is.
Right. I just don't like it. And then, there's something interesting, though, at Tamlin's immediate dismissal of her desire, which was not in any way spoken, so there's no way he could have known that. I would think, honestly, there's one on an easel and a bunch lined up on the walls facing out. I would be like, yeah, you want me to look at all of them. Of course you do.
To date, Feyre, you truly do. You would serve her by reading minds. That is what it feels like. She doesn't want to grow up to the point where she has to communicate clearly.
Yeah.
And like make her desires known. So someone that can pull them out of her head for her is perfect.
I know they're strange and not as good as the ones you have here.
Oh my God. No, they're not.
Well, of course.
You've been painting for 2 months.
They're ancient.
They're ancient and they're museum quality prints.
They're not, originals.
They're originals, yeah.
So she like brings him to the painting on the easel and she says, it's a gift for you, a gift for everything you've done. It was an impression, not a lifelike rendering. a smear of green and gold and silver and blue. And actually,
I'm struggling to like picture
I
that.
have
Do you think...
wait, I have a gift for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
can I feel your
definitely...
calloused hand?
Yes.
Oh, now I really got to give you that
Okay.
gift. Okay. Here's your gift.
Oh.
Oh.
Let me put it forward for them.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and okay. I used only the colors mentioned.
Yep.
Green, gold, silver, and blue.
Yep.
And she said it was there, and they're all smears. So, you know, I tried to capture smears.
I think you did. A good job.
And also, she said it was an impression. So I got a little creative. And this is the beautiful gift I'm giving you.
Fantastic. I love it.
It's the Glen with the starlight pool.
I know what it is. Oh. I gave Lucian backshots there.
That's actually why when she keeps trying to be like, no, this painting,
that's
Tamlin,
your gift.
This is the gift for you. It's the most wonderful place we ever went together. And he keeps you like, no, not that one.
No.
Because
It's very nice. Yeah.
He feels a little guilty.
Yeah, I think so.
I should have painted a little
You still can.
Tamlin and Lucian.
Yeah, little lion
fucking
fox.
there.
Yeah.
But Feyre would know because she doesn't. We know she doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
Okay, so that's
display that a
painting.
little if you
It's
can.
painting
Yeah.
number 1.
Okay, cool. Number 1. Keep that in mind.
So she's like wishing she hadn't brought him here. She's like, ugh, it must have been the wine or the stupid dress. He's looking at that one, then he's looking at all the other ones on the floor. And then there was another painting.
So he goes off to the side to the bad section he shouldn't look at.
Right.
What does he see
A
there?
hazy landscape of snow and skeletal trees and nothing else. It looked like nothing, I suppose, to anyone but me. But the bleak, empty cold, the white and gray and brown and black.
White and gray and brown and black. All right. Whoa.
There it is.
Wait, look at those skeletal trees.
Oh, no, don't put it closer.
Oh, my God.
Nobody needed
No, they
this.
definitely do. This was your forest, where you hunted. This was your life.
She's mortified and too stunned to speak.
How did he know?
Why is she... I guess she's mortified that, he knew that her life was being in the cold woods.
I think it's more so that these paintings are so impressionist and like her feelings that she's trying to express that it's like no one's going to know what the fuck this is.
Okay, well...
And he clocks it immediately.
Right.
Because it probably looks like trees and snow.
How impressionist can... I literally was thinking, I was like, how can I make this more like weird? I guess I could have just been like... made it just simple shapes or something. I don't know.
Could've.
I feel trees in the snow is always going to come across no matter how abstract you get. This one we actually do not have. The next painting was Cottage at Night. Tamlin says that. He can tell what it
Cottage
is.
at Night, which you saw at night, so that makes sense.
She wants to tell him to stop looking at these and look at the other ones she's laid out, but she can't make herself speak. I mean, you didn't care that much, Feyre. The next one. This is a Frank... This one, Frank's is really good.
This one came out good.
Frank's is like really good.
This one, not the other one.
Okay, well, this one's good. A tanned, sturdy male hand, fisted in the hay, the pale pieces of it entwined among strands of brown coated with gold. My hair. Why does it look that good?
I don't know. It just kind of came out.
That came out really nice.
I mean, like, it's kind of fucked up, but it's
no,
like...
it's not. It's good. And so this is a picture of Isaac's hand from their time in the barn.
Yes.
I liked this. He says, the man you used to see in your village. He cocks his head and studies the picture, and he starts growling.
Yeah, come on, man.
All right, relax, Tamlin. He's...
The man...
While you made love.
Yeah. While you made love. This is the only one with any brightness.
Which, okay, but like tracks back to the thing we were saying where it's like she wants to like sex. She's got a connection to it.
She does.
Right?
Yeah.
And again, I like that, like, yeah, she's still like, I got me and Isaac. Not serious, but something. Was that jealousy? And she says, it was the only escape I had. And she says, truth. I wouldn't apologize for Isaac. And that's so similar to them Tamlin and Lucian not apologizing for Callum. They don't apologize.
This is her piggy moment.
She's being a piggy now. Who's the piggy now? But she says she's not going to apologize. Not when Tamlin had just been in the great right. I didn't hold that against him. But if he was going to be jealous of Isaac... She does get jealous later.
Yeah, she does.
She does.
Immediately.
So that's interesting. But I do think it's interesting because she's more jealous of like people he was connecting with, like more interpersonally, where the Great Right's like a weird offshoot sort of thing. And I want to give her credit. In another book, I'm going to give her credit and Sarah. In another book, the female protag would not have been able to have not crashed out even just in her own head. Like, she actually really hasn't been thinking about it that much. She's mad about the hallway and whatever, and mad horny, but she really has not been like sitting around being like, you fucked another girl, you did that. Like, she hasn't been like that about
You're right.
it.
That is true.
Another author would never ever have been able to have like given up the desire to lean in so hard on that drama and
make
jealousy,
him have to, like, really like win it back.
Yes, and I was like, because it tracks with her opinion about Isaac that she is kind of just like, okay, whatever.
Sometimes you gotta fuck in the cave barn.
Yeah, I think she just should have more thoughts about like the Great Right in general.
Probably.
But whatever. But so anyway, I did like that, and I want to give Feyre her accolades. One thing I like about her very much is that she did not really crash out too much about that part of it.
And then we get
the next painting.
To the next painting.
Tall.
And this entire scene up until now, I was like riding this emotional wave, and I was like, aw, like he's seeing her and she's getting so like flustered, but it's sweet and he's being nice. It's like her soul being bared, and like as dumb as sometimes that can come across, it still resonated a bit with me. I was like, I understand. She's showing what she can't explain.
Yeah.
He's seeing her. Up until this painting, I was very on board. And then this one just took me out. So
okay, well, it's tall shadows of men, bright red dripping off their fists, off their wooden clubs, hovering and filling the edges of the painting as they towered over the curled figure on the floor, the blood leaking from him, his leg at the wrong angle.
I just looked at it. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Don't hide Isaac's hand.
Yeah, not for that. Like, why is this so literal?
Yeah, why was this one just like, everything else was kind of like an impressionist thing. This one she was like, nah, I just drew it. And, you know, he's like, oh, you were there when they wrecked his leg.
They wrecked his leg. And then
she says someone had to beg them to stop. I don't know how much that impacted anything, but
Tamlin gives her like a knowing look.
Doesn't it also though kind of feel like a little bit just going with the theme with Feyre? Of course she stayed in the room. The very dangerous room.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Of course she had to be like, of course I had to do that. It's like, did you or
Dad
did you
probably
just
sent her out. Nesta was like, we gotta go, and she
not Feyre.
No.
That is dangerous. If you're the dad, you don't want your child. You're already worried about yourself getting fucked up.
If they're obliterating your knee in front of your kid, aren't you? And as the dad, you probably are a little worried that they'll maybe take a couple hits at her.
They might. Why wouldn't they?
I'll take her hand too.
But I'm saying from the dad's perspective, it's very like, no, I don't want you here. It's making it harder for me. Like Feyre, in my mind, is always thinking by being brave and going towards the darkness, she's helping in some way. And in my mind, I'm like, you're not. You're making it worse for everyone involved. Tamlin goes back to the original painting of the Glen. He like nods at it, and then he points to the snowy woods,
the skeletal trees,
and he's like, I want that one. But she says, it's cold and melancholy. It doesn't suit this place at all.
I want it nonetheless.
I liked this.
Yeah.
I liked this more than the ending of this. This was the standout moment for me. I liked him looking at all the paintings and then picking that one.
Sometimes saying less is more. I agree. I feel like
ending
on this as the emotional climax might have been more potent because what you did didn't pass this.
Not for me. That, like, to me, that's the moment that stands out as, like, oh, that, like, hit emotionally. Yeah. Right, because it's, you know, just the metaphor of, like, I'm kind of a cold and melancholy person. I've got a lot of burdens. I'm not the most fun. And then him being like, right, but I still like you, you know, is nice. And it fits them in both directions.
Yeah. And there's this fitting element of like, yeah, I am in charge of the spring court. It doesn't fit in the spring court, but I don't really fit, like, in some ways.
Yes, definitely that.
And yet, at the helm, I feel like this. Despite being so lush here, I'm more like this.
She wishes she could see him beneath the mask. So then she goes, tell me there's some way to help you with the masks. With whatever threat has taken so much of your power. Tell me. Just tell me what I can do to help you. And it's like, again, Feyre, like, has to be. She's kind of like, I gotta be doing it. I've gotta be in control. I gotta be fixing it. I've gotta, and it's like, on some level, a bit of that is very much a great quality, but too much does start to get into this territory. You're like, sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's not for you.
She doesn't like just hanging around. She does, but she doesn't.
Yes, and I'm fine with, I don't like just hanging around. I'm just like, be reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, I could not like hanging around as much as I want. I'm not gonna go fly a fighter jet without training. Like, no, well, you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
It's like, well, I'm really serious about this. Like, what small steps can I start
taking? Yeah, exactly.
If she was at all practical.
It's like me being like, I don't like how things are going right now. How do I become the president this month? It would be like...
yeah. I don't think you're taking it very seriously.
No, but that's how it feels to me. It feels to me ridiculous. Like, you're just like, Feyre, they're ancient and all-powerful, and they haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
You're being ridiculous to think it in some way it's narcissistic, right?
100%.
It is absolutely like, you guys just didn't figure it out because you're not me and I'm the best. And it's like, no. I mean, by all means, want to help. Figure some way in your current station and abilities you can do that.
Give me a task. Tell me what to do.
I know, but what if you can't?
That's the one thing she won't do. She hates that. And from what I know about this book, that is exactly what is forced on her, and she freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
Be passive. Won't do it. The one thing I want from you, for our love, for our relationship, and for whatever else is to come that I don't know yet, is for you to just stay the fuck here and relax. The Hanged Man. That is her lesson, and she will not stop taking action.
Yeah.
Is that good? Is that bad? Does it make sense for her character? Yes.
Yeah. Totally.
And her journey is basically saying, I will not. I really am going to need a good reason why that doesn't kill her immediately half the time.
You get something.
Okay.
He's like, no, there's nothing that I want you to do, nothing you can do, or anyone. It's my burden to bear. She's like, you don't have to. He says, I do. What I have to face, you would not survive. I feel like I don't like the implication that having that opinion is somehow looking down on her, being misogynistic, being like, I'm just like, there are things in life that are like that. There are.
For sure.
I don't feel like he's a bad guy for saying this.
No, it can be the reality sometimes.
It is. Sometimes it is. You have to accept in life, you cannot just like punch your way to success and getting everything you want.
Every field, any field. You know what I mean?
But I get it's hard though, because there is like a genre thing of like that being the aspirational fantasy, right?
Sure. And a lot of fantasy is about power fantasy. So the power fantasy here is that Feyre does keep pushing, right? And then she does solve these problems. Yeah. Okay. There better be really good reasons.
So yeah, I think that her saying this next part, I think is finally kind of getting at something that makes sense to me. So she says, so I'm to live here forever in ignorance of the true scope of what's happening. Only that part. The next part's kind of confusing to me. But okay, I think that is a fair question, right? Like, I think it is fair to be like, dude, you're telling me I have to live here forever. You guys... But here's the problem. I feel like Tamlin would be way more likely to give her a lot more information and context if the concern was not, once you get that, you are gonna go do something insane
into the war zone.
Yeah, like you're gonna go do something insane that I have to risk my life to get you out of. Like,
Yeah.
I feel that is the concern. I think if she was a little bit more reasonable about being like, of course I'm not gonna try and do crazy shit, but I do need to know what the fuck's going on because I'm gonna live here for the rest of my life. Like, I need to know. I think he would tell her.
I think so too.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a different character.
Now it's a huge risk to tell her because
it is though. And with the Surreal, like we've seen proof of that. The second she gets these little bits of information about a dangerous thing, she's like, and I'm going. So he has to be really careful about what the fuck he tells her.
I know.
I don't think it's crazy for Feyre though to be like, if I live here forever, I gotta know the news.
I agree.
But also, she doesn't really. But also, this is hard because we've done such a big like time skip in terms of them spending time together. I don't know what the fuck Feyre has talked about with him, but I would like if she was just asking more like, can I understand the political structure? Can I understand the history of the courts and all this stuff? Like that's a good place to start. So then she says, if you don't want me to understand what's going on, would you rather I found someplace else to live where I'm not a distraction?
Yeah, it's kind of like, tell me, or maybe I should go. You know, it's kind of like
you think it's an ultimatum.
It feels like a weak one, but yeah, like kind of.
And then he says, didn't Callan May teach you anything? Which I guess is to mean like it's dangerous out there, or that I'm in lust.
I'm in lust for you at the very least.
So yeah, is it like I have feelings for you, or is it like other fairies are pretty dangerous?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
And it is both, so.
She says, only that magic makes you into a brute. Whatever. He laughs. So he says, no, I don't want you to live somewhere else. I want you here where I can look after you. Where I can come home and know you're here, painting and safe. That's like Tamlin's whole life thesis statement, and that's what's going to get him into trouble. I want you here where I can look after you. I want to come home and know you're here, being nice and having, a sweet little time painting. That is what he wishes for in his heart. Yeah. From a partner. And I think it's a cute desire, though. Yeah, it is not for everyone, but I also am like, it's not like a crazy ask. I don't know. It's like, it's a sweet thing to want from somebody.
It's 1950s housewife sort of dynamic, right? Like,
yeah, so people are into that. And I get why he thinks Feyre might like it, because I think there is this journey she needs to go on, which is to like let herself chill the fuck out.
Yes.
So he's kind of like, yeah, giving you that.
Yeah.
Seems like exactly what you need, and that is kind of true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
She's not born for the kept woman archetype. Like that's not her thing. But maybe Feyre could be when the world's at war and there's magic war plague going on. Like that's what I think, and probably I think we look at things very statically from a time of peace. You can only girl boss so hard. It does change the way you think about the world, I think, when like magic bombs are exploding and Tamlin can protect you if you stay here. No matter how free you wish to be, certain people cannot be free in certain scenarios.
Yeah. No, I know. I
mean, the puka went into the president's backyard and tried to steal you out of his window.
Yeah.
You can't survive out there.
Right.
And that's like the minutest of problems.
No, that's my thing. I'm like, yeah, if you stay here, he has to be. You both have to be really careful, and then he's going to put you on a tighter leash because he can't trust that you won't just have the like bare minimum of self-preservation.
He can't trust that you're not running, and like I'm sorry, like the puka versus like the Ator, I'm assuming that thing gets eviscerated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that thing wants her.
I know. So I don't understand this part. I still am confused by it. Tamlin says he thought about sending her away at first. Part of me still thinks I should have found somewhere else for you to live, but maybe I was selfish, even when you made it so clear that you were more interested in ignoring the treaty or finding a way out of it. I couldn't bring myself to let you go, to find some place in Prythian where you'd be more comfortable and where you'd be comfortable enough to not attempt to flee. I was like, where the fuck would that be?
I don't.
Like, what are you even referring
he's saying
to?
There's some like idyllic, perfect spot that's way better and safer than his house that she would just never question.
Where?
I don't know. I don't know if he's being self-deprecating a little.
It also just like doesn't really make sense to me from his point of view of things right now. I'm just kind of like, I don't think that was an option. So then he says, I had many lovers, females of noble notice, only females.
Well, he does say warriors.
But females.
Of noble birth. Warriors. Princesses.
You
Warriors.
think the warriors...
I'm just saying.
I thought the female was supposed to be like
Female
across the
warriors.
board. But maybe not.
I don't know.
Many lovers. Females of noble birth. Warriors. Princesses. And then...
Lucian.
The ... actually was.
Includes.
So she feels rage deep in her gut at the thought of them. Rage at their titles, their undoubtedly good looks, at their closeness to him. I mean, some of that, like, I get it.
He's 500 years old.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
But also that. But also he's he's growling about Isaac.
He's 500 years old. Leave her alone.
He says, I don't love this. Like, I get it. I get it, but I don't love it. But they, meaning the females of noble birth, warriors and princesses, never understood what it was like for me to care for my people, my lands, what scars are still there, what the bad days feel like. I just feel like you are undermining the complexity of your own world
100%.
On this line, right?
100%.
So I get that it serves their connection. I get that it serves making it clear, which does track, I think, throughout the rest of the books, like, that Tamlin kind of is in a unique position in how much of a burden he has. Like, the other court's got, like, more going on in terms of, like, help and, like...
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Tamlin is uniquely, like, struggling in his court.
Gotcha.
So in that sense, I understand. But I'm like, there ain't no way you have a big, wide, complex, bustling world filled with warriors and princesses who are ancient, his age or like closer to his age than the 19-year-old, who don't deal with these similar warriors.
One starving hunter versus warriors in Faerie
The
war.
warrior women in your world are so devoid of complexity that Tamlin is finding a better connection in Feyre than them. I get it. It's stupid. This is where you go, shut it off. Shut your brain off.
I know.
He has to connect with her. And that makes some...
Yep.
But I'm like...
I know.
But my brain goes, what are the implications for your world? I'm so sad to find out
you
that...
You need to think more about the way they can connect. It can't just be something this simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, she understands the bad days. But yeah, warriors don't.
Warriors?
Noble women who have to, like, navigate literally, like, what sounds like a souped-up Game of Thrones like court system in which assassin brothers are, like, gunning each other down.
Correct.
They don't understand a bad day, Tamlin, of too much pressure. Like,
too much pressure. I'm like, the warriors, they must have seen atrocities.
Like magic atrocities.
In a way that Feyre never... I understand Feyre had a hard life for a human.
The mercenary had, like, fucking, like, vine poison, like, in her veins.
And she's just a human.
She's just a human. What are these Fae dealing with?
Come on.
What is Amarantha doing to people? I don't even know.
That's
yet she's sawing off people's wings.
That is what I'm saying. So anyway, I don't like it. To me, it's just like, you are diluting and cheapening your own world. And I don't like that. So anyway.
Well, this reminds me of it. So maybe her art was just so fucking good.
And she says, of what? And he says...
that I am not alone.
And then she says she didn't lock her bedroom door that night. And it's like the double entendre of like, because maybe he's going to come have sex with me. Or it's like, you know, because I trust him now that he's not going to hurt me.
Yeah, he saw her. She sees him.
Yeah. And like, right, that's true. He's not going to come barge into your room. Yeah, that was so that's why I think that moment where she's saying like about the forest painting, like, oh, it's so cold and depressing in this. And he says like, I like it nonetheless. That's emotional. That doesn't cheapen your world. That actually serves why they're connecting for me in a way that didn't go out of its way to also be like, yeah, because everybody else here is so boring.
They're babies.
And baby. Like, it's
they got nothing going on.
Huh? Anyway, so I would have ended it there. Cut it. Everything else didn't seem necessary. That was the end of that chapter. We have some big revelations, I believe, coming in the next episode. Some secrets revealed, if you will.
Okay. I'm excited.
Secrets revealed about the spring court.
Oh. We probably got, 2 chapters next one?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay. All right.
I think so. And, well, so stick around. Us on another day will be here momentarily to announce the winner of the Surreal.
Yay!
We had a lot to say for a kind of nothing chapter. I hope you enjoyed the art.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see
Catch
you
you
in
next
2
time.
weeks.
Love you.
And congrats to whoever wins this. All right. Bye.
Bye.
And now for the winner of the Rainbow Cereal.
Drum roll, please.
Side
Bunny!
Yay! This is your Side Bunny. I'm going to message you and we will figure out how I'm sending it to you. And you're going to have to get ready. It's kind of good that there will be a little lag time in the shipping because you really need to get ready for this cereal. You need to download the Buffalo Wild Wings app immediately. Mm-hmm. Frank said this one, he caught this one with barbecue. So probably get that.
Wing Wednesdays, you can get the 20 and 10.
Is that actually real?
I think so.
Okay. Also, we need to figure out what sort of robes this one likes. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, this one said that it wants robes with feathers.
Okay.
So you better get a couple
now
of those.
you know ahead of time, and
Yeah, maybe different colors. It wants to change.
Definitely
It wants to change a lot. This one's a diva.
Look at it.
Okay, Side Bunny, this is for you. We'll be in touch. Thank you to everybody who entered the contest. I think we will have more cereal soon, so
Absolutely.
don't get that sad about it. You can collect so many different kinds.
Collect them all.
Collect.
Is there a limit? I don't know. How
That's
many
up
cereal
to
can
you.
one have?
That's
How many
up to
cereal
you.
exist? We still don't know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
All right, thanks, guys.
Love
We'll
y'all.
see you later.
Bye.